Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm going to be taking a little behind the scenes look at my Christmas lights shown in the previous video. I've been enjoying putting Christmas lights up as long as I can remember. I always helped my mom and dad at their house, and now I got my own house. I enjoy it doing it as well. And when my daughter was born 7 years ago, almost 8 years ago, I started putting even more Christmas lights up because she enjoyed them just as much, if not more, than I do. So seeing the look on her face and her helping Daddy out, that just made it all worthwhile. Anyways, I've been in this house for probably 4 years now. And I'm slowly getting back to where I was at my other house. My other house was smaller, but I had 7, if not 8,000 Christmas lights. Yeah, that's right, 8,000 Christmas lights on a house smaller than this one. I had a pretty good light show going on, and lived near a pretty busy road, and a lot of people from the town could see it from that road, and I had a lot of people every night stop by and watch the display. It wasn't nothing, TV worthy, but, the people liked it. My daughter liked it, my family liked it, so anyways, y'all stick around and we'll see what's going on. Now my main power comes into this timer here. It splits off 3 ways. Timer turns the lights on at about 5:30. That's when it gets dark here. It shuts off at 11, and then comes back on around 4 in the morning. Cuts off about 5:30 or 6 whenever the sun starts coming up. So it comes out to a couple power cords there to this big bush here. There's about 300, maybe 400 in there of multicolored LEDs. They're just draped around the tree branches, nothing fancy about it. Then the end of that line connects to the ones on top of my house. And these go all the way around the front edge of my house. Kind of hard to see there, but there. Comes down my carport. I think these are C7 or C9 clear LED bulbs. Now, as you can tell, when I turn the corner here, there's a different light clip I started using this year. And I'll go more about that here in a little bit. But you can tell these are a lot more uniform versus those where they sag and hang, and I've been having issues with those the last couple of years, and I think I found a solution with those. But I'll go up on the roof and let you take a look at them. Okay, I'm up here on my roof now, and that's where the line there it starts. And as you can tell, I got clips probably every 18 inches or so. I've been using these clips for a while. They work pretty good. You just got to take them down after this. Take the lights down. You can't leave them up because the sun eats them up. Now here's the clips that these are. They work pretty good, just to get by with. They just clip in the gutters like so. Your line goes in there, hooks up. The problem is, as you can tell from the first part of the video, the lights sag, and it's hard to get them from stop sagging. I've been up here probably 3 times last 2 or 3 weeks trying to get them pull the slack out. So when I went to the new style clips, I got a bunch of them. And when I mean a bunch, I'm talking probably 20 boxes of them. That's probably about 1,000 or better of these here. Now this is a different style of roof, but they'll still work on gutters. And this is them right here. They'll fit big bulbs and they'll fit the smaller bulbs in there. What they do is, this part, your shingle goes in there, your gutter can clip in there, so on and so forth. If your doesn't go when you're underneath your shingles far enough, this lip right here, you can actually bend it back. And it will actually break sometimes, but you don't have to break it. You can bend it back like that, and it'll tighten up further into your shingles, which I had to do a couple places on this roof. This is on my carport. But as you can tell, these lights are more uniform all the way down the line. So when you come down my street, down that way, this is the first thing you see is these lights right here, and they're uniform and real pretty. I like them. Anyways, let's go back over here. Now, when it comes off that bush, I got two lines. One that goes in the front of the house on the gutters, and this one right here. And this one follows the hip of the roof, all the way up to a peak. As you can tell, I'm using those newer clips in there. You can tell how they hook up to the shingles there. Now right there, I just got the line hung up in there because I didn't want the bulb standing up. I wanted them just laying flat. I got them all facing the same direction, all the way down the roof. And I think this is probably on the outline of the roof here, I think it's probably 300 lights, something like that, around the gutters. Probably close to 600 or 800. But anyways, what I'm going to plan on doing this year, when I pull the ones off the gutter, I'm going to get rid of using these clips, and I'm going to go back to using these. So when I have to pull those lights off, each bulb is going to have to get a clip. It's going to be time consuming, but next year when I put them back up, it's going to be a lot uniform, a lot nicer. Won't have any more sags in the lines. So I'm going to go back down to the ground level now and show you a little more of what I got to go with. Okay, I'm back here on ground level now. Didn't fall off the roof, so I guess that's a good thing. Now this is the fences between mine and my neighbor's yard. It's not technically my fence, it's his fence, but he doesn't mind me putting lights up. He'll have some up here in a little bit himself. I got the same bulbs that go across the roof and the gutters. I got a good deal on them. So I got run down the fence all the way up the road. Each string I think is 25, and I got 3 strings, so there's 75 lights right there. It ties back in to that box there, tiny little box. Now, I got one of these little projection lights, and they go for about $20, and some of them are even more expensive than that. I've seen some that are almost $100 for these things. I'll tell you a little more about that towards the end of the video, how you can save you some money on them. But anyways, this actually shines up into that big oak tree at night. And if you've seen my previous video, you can kind of see it, but it's not real good. It doesn't show up at night very well. But anyways, that comes off one of these big extension cords that has 3 outlets on it. There's one there. There's one coming here to this one. And this one is the same as the one that's facing the trees. It's like a white something, I don't know. It's supposed to look like snowfall or something, I'm not sure. But it projects against the house at night. Then, come around here, this other outlet is another one. Another projector light. And it's got some red, greens, and purples, and it's pretty neat. And it shines up the base of this tree, oak tree here, and all through the limbs. At night, it's pretty neat looking. Anyways, go back to the cord. Comes up to my daughter's favorite right now. I used to have a couple blow-ups, but they gave up. Got an old school blow mold Frosty, the snowman. Can't forget about Frosty. Anyways, let's get back over here. The base of my bush here, I have I think they're C7, might be C9s. I think they're C9s, the bigger bulbs here. All on stakes, all the way around. My flower garden sidewalk. Ends out here. And I got some more stakes. I think I'm going to run it down my driveway out towards the road. But had to get a different style stake this year. Some of them, they just get busted up. And this is the original style of stake, which they work good. You can fold them up like that, or they'll hold in place like that, and that's the way I've been using them. The bulb just sits there. There's a little rest for it. Does pretty good. I like it. Haven't had much trouble with them, just as long as you don't kick them too hard. But here's a new style I got this year. Actually, the end of last year. Does the same thing. It doesn't have very many options of how they sit in there. You have to use the bigger bulbs, the bigger bases. And I tried it on the ones that are on the roof to put some in here, and the bases are smaller than these, so they don't sit well and they flop around. These actually hold well. And what you do is, it's got two little places where you put the wire at, you put the bulb in there and you twist it, and it locks it in place. And it seems to be working pretty well. Can't tell much difference at night from the two different types of stakes. And got these little bushes here. I got a couple strings of bigger LED multicolors there. These are kind of the same thing, but these are like a twinkle or flashing random pattern. And then I go back to the multicolors again. Now the lights I just showed you, they're powered off this pretty thick extension cord. It comes from one main line and branches into three. It's pretty handy. I forgot how much I paid for it. It wasn't really cheap, it wasn't really expensive, but it seems to help out a lot because you can get different lines off of it. But one of those lines feeds this little small Christmas tree I made here. And what it's made of is one of these. I don't know if you can see it or not. But it is a 4-ring tomato cage. And what I did, take the legs, twist them together, and just run the lights over it. Now these lights have little clips on them. As you can tell there, just clips on there. And just clip them and weave them on there. I think there's 2 strings in here. There's probably about 100 lights in this thing alone. It's pretty bright. I'm going to do another one. Just haven't had time to. Now a lot of my Christmas lights I get them at Lowe's. Mainly at Lowe's. I've gotten some at Target in the past. I don't shop at Target too much anymore. But I buy them right before Christmas when they start going on sale because the box stores do not want to sit on them after Christmas. Now after Christmas is when you get some really good deals. That's why I got a bunch of those roof clips and the stakes you see in here. I got them for 75, maybe 85% off. I paid, $1, maybe even $1.25 for a box of 50 steaks. And I literally have boxes and boxes of them. I have enough to last me probably 10 years, but I'll probably still buy more because I'm always trying to expand my Christmas lights. I'm trying to get back up to the the 7,000 or 8,000 that I had years before. And right about here where this cord's at, last year I had a Christmas tree that I made out of PVC pipe on a piece of plywood, and it was controlled by those 3-position controllers you can get. Did all kinds of different functions to it, strobes and chasing and all kinds of stuff. It was pretty neat, but the base on it rotted up, so I gotta get a new base, build that back up. Didn't realize it rotted up over the summer, so no big deal. But at my other house, I had one besides that one that was right at 15 foot tall, and I actually had to have put steel guidelines on it so it wouldn't blow around because it was pretty big and it needed a really big ladder to get everything lit up and hung on it. And that base is actually rotted too after laying around for the last couple of years. But this summer I'm going to start working on it better. I got something else works in the plan. It's going to be pretty unique. There's not too many houses around here that has it, and I know a lot of people will enjoy it. My daughter will enjoy it, and that's what makes difference to me. But anyways, back to my big 15-foot tree. One problem I have, I don't know if you can see or not, right here in my front yard, right there and there is power and cable lines. So I'm kind of limited on where I can put my tree at, and it may actually come in contact with that oak tree up there. So I may have to cut it down, which I don't want to do, but that's something I'll be looking at this summer coming up. But I think that's it for right now. I got a little more stuff I'm going to do here in the next couple of days. Nothing too major. Like I said, I'm going to run some more lights down the driveway here. I'm going to do that here this afternoon. But if y'all got any questions or comments, leave me some comments and questions in the comments below. Appreciate y'all watching. See y'all next time.